about that and whether or not we're concerned later. But Christian Watson, man, let's just go through a couple of key statistics here. I want to get your take on the stats, and we'll look at a little bit of the tape. One of the things I like to do when a player starts to really stick out is I like to go through and go, okay, where are they lining him up? How are they using him in terms of deployment, right? Is he in the F? Is he the Y? Or is he the Z? Is he the X? Is he in motion? What's he in this offense? And what routes are they running, right? Is it a versatile route tree? Is it something where he's running the same route every time? I just like to kind of compile a little bit of that information. So first things first, though, let's go to PFF. What does PFF think about Christian Watson? Wide receiver ranking. He is 17th in the National Football League right now at 78.6. Guys, that is a true number one wide receiver in terms of grades there, right? His receiving grade 79.1, and you got to love the run blocking grade of 66.2. If you look at this list right here, I think there's maybe one player, two players maybe, that have a higher run blocking grade than Christian Watson. So not only are you getting a guy who can stretch the defense vertically, he can run the climb routes, right? He can line up in the Z. He can come in the wing and give you some extra protection if he wants to chip on his way out. He can help in the run game. He does it all. But PFF ranking him 17th. Let's go around the horn with that real quick. What do y'all think about that ranking from PFF before we get into the other stats?
Not bad for a guy who's played like 3 or 4 games, right? I'll take it. We talk about Scoot blocking guys to the water cooler. We talk about Matt LaFleur scheming them up, giving that chip at the line of scrimmage. I'd love to watch that play again for the 100th time, like just great work by him. It's so much more than just catching the ball and running routes. I mean, Scoot is that dude. And, to be top 20 according to PFF and, barely played football this year, I mean, it's a testament to who he is as a player for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Coming back from that kind of an injury, the way he responded, rehabbed every day, and you can tell that that's the truth. I mean, you can say that, then you see him 9 months later, dude's already playing before Thanksgiving, and crazy. I mean, and like we haven't even gotten to the point where he actually tore his ACL last year. You know what I mean? So like, dude is playing on it in the same. I think he tore it in January, right? So he's playing on it in the same year that he tore it. Yeah,
I love what Jen Wright says here. Comeback player of the year.
Yes.
Should be a great candidate, right? I'm trying to think of what's another player in the league that would kind of qualify for that. Nobody comes to mind for me right off the bat, but boy, oh boy, is he.
I hate to say it, but maybe Aiden Hutchinson, maybe.
Oh, that's a good one, Tim. Yeah,
maybe.
I could see those two being finalists at least at this point right now, right? Yeah. Bates said the same thing. Hutch, maybe. Yeah, that's
whole season too. That's that also helps.
Yeah, you got to tip your cap to what Aiden Hutchinson's done, man. He just plays the game the right way. The only bad thing about Aiden Hutchinson's game is he's wearing that ugly ass uniform.
Yeah. He's got that Honolulu blue on. That's the only downside. And really, I mean, both guys with a knee leg injury, ahead of schedule, came back, made an impact for their team. I think that's a fair list right now.
Yeah, Jared Reyes in the chat also has another one. Indiana Jones, right? Daniel Jones up in Indianapolis. That's another great one. So, yeah, that's a great pull there as well. So, we're going to stop talking about it, or we'll have about 7 or 8 people and go, yeah, Christian will have a shot. All right, so a couple other key statistics. He leads the Packers in yards per reception, at 19.5 yards per catch. All right, so he just came back and bang, he's immediately the home run threat. Right. He's 17th in catch rate over expected. So when you go to catch rate over expected in the entire National Football League, he's not 17th. That's a typo. He's 11th in catch rate over expected at 24.5%. So he's right on the border of being top 10 in catch rate over expected. Another awesome statistic there. When you break it down amongst the team, of course, he leads the Packers at a plus 24.5% catch rate over expected. Second is Matthew Golden at 8.8%, then Romeo Dobbs 5.2%, then Dontavion Wicks at 2.6. Now, you don't see people like Malik Heath. We removed some of the noise there in terms of, a minute amount of targets in that regard. So, again, catch rate over expected. We talked about that coming into this season, Emilio. Like, he's going to be down for a while. not going to be able to run routes the way he wants to and refine those skills. He's probably going to be on the jugs machine, and you see it, man. We're going to show a play. I don't know if we'll show that specific play or not, but we highlighted one against the Eagles the other day where, I mean, just the way he's snatching the ball out of the air. And then the catch in double coverage with the game on the line, the game-winning tutter in New York. Mm-hmm. Let's go, dude.
Yeah, and he knows he probably should have even had that third one too, right? So I think Christian's that guy. He, you see him calling out who called him out on Twitter. Yeah, obviously I got to have that one. But looking at that catch rate over expected, Clay, I mean, the only dude that has any sort of, the same amount of routes that Christian has would be, Kayshon Boutte. That's about it. Everybody else, anybody over 100, he's leading. Even over 20, I mean, he's only a couple back there. He'd be top 5 if you count 20 routes. But how can you count somebody that's taking 7, 8, 9? Christian, he's tearing it up, man. Absolutely.
Definitely.
Like Meatloaf said, 2 out of 3 ain't bad, right? He had 3 contested grabs. He caught 2 of them. 2 of them were tutters.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad for a guy who's played 4 games, right?
Yep.
Absolutely. So also air yards per target, right? He's 6th in air yards per target at 22.8. That's the average air yards per target. When they throw the football to him, it's in the air an average of 22.8 yards. That's wild to think about. So he is that deep threat guy. There's no two ways about it. And you got some other guys in there. You see like a McCole Hardman. Notice that one only 1 game played, right? Tyquan Thornton, he's played 10. So everybody else, it kind of, other than Kelvin Austin. So you could really, to be honest with you, man, looking at those numbers right there, you could probably remove, you could definitely remove McCole Hardman. So really he'd be 5th if you went kind of a minute amount of opportunities there as well. So again, just continuing to be that guy right now. Let's shift gears and talk about his top plays of 2025 so far. Let's go to Pittsburgh first, okay? And we'll do these rapid fire. We're not going to sit on it for too long. So let's just let's kind of show you guys what we got here. Maybe I can widen that out a little bit. Let's see if does that help? Oh, looky here, boys. I think we might be on to something.
You won't. Come on,
you won't. You won't. Yeah, we'll get there in a second. So we got to be careful. Actually, that's good enough. You guys will get the gist. And if you're in a Patreon group, you've already got this anyway, right? So, all right, first play at Pittsburgh. This is a 2nd and 2. He lines up in the Z nasty spot, going to run a comeback route for 19 yards. Just roll the tape. You see him at the bottom of the screen, right? Z nasty. Going to go out, press the corner. Little comeback route, not the crispest route, but boy, the contested catch, putting his body, boxing out, absolutely awesome. Here's a better view of the catch itself. Just a great job, right? Boxing out that defender just like as if you're playing basketball there, man.
Was that Porter Jr.? Who is that on him?
I think it may have been, Tim. I'm not 100% sure, though.
I was just going to say, pretty good coverage by a DB right there against a dynamic guy like Scoot. And then, Scoot just making a play. Right there.
Yeah, and Porter's got that length on him too, right, Tim? He's got those long arms. He's kind of that man on, give my hands on him kind of guy.
Yep.
All right, next, let's go back to Pittsburgh once more. 3rd and 7. Once again, he's in the Z right. This time he's Z wide right. Okay, so he's outside of the numbers. Not quite a Baylor split, but Z wide right.
Shocking, they're playing soft on him too. Big surprise.
It's funny, too, even though they're playing soft, he still hits a 33-yard post on him right here. The thing I love about this play is you can tell, well, first of all, you see Jordan. He's looking at Christian. He's changing it up right now. He's doing a check with me. Hey, give me a post. And I love that Jordan recognizes where the coverage is at. Yep. And Scoot, he knows Scoot is going to work to the open space in the coverage. Just roll the tape. So you're going to see him. He checked with him. He's going to run a post. But watch how he almost turns it into a climb right here. Just great job. Once again, boxing out, protecting the football, making sure you bring down that possession catch. Great pass protection there from Josh Jacobs. Jordan Love, a dime on the run, drops it in the bucket. Just absolutely. Yeah. So not only are you seeing a different route in a post from the Z right spot out wide, right, for 33 yards, but you're also seeing the quarterback trusting him, going with a check with me. Something we didn't talk about going into this whole segment, or as we started the segment, is Christian has a 110% grab of this playbook, this offense. He knows everything that Jordan Love and Matt LaFleur want to do, so everything is on the table, right? Christian's been in this offense for so long now that you just absolutely love that that's the case.
Yeah, nothing like dragging the DB to the deep third and still getting the completion, right?
Yeah, and literally, a defender in front of you, a defender behind you, boxing out, making the catch. Don't try to get too cute. Don't try to catch it and get yak. Just possess the catch. You knew exactly what was on the line there. Next play, back to Pittsburgh again. 1st and 10. This time he's in a nasty Z right. Okay, so he's in that nasty split, playing Z again. All right, and now he's going to shift into the wing, right? We've talked about that. Going to give you a little climb route here. Once again, finding the open space, possession catch, both hands. Protect the football. Make sure they don't knock it out before you can make a football move. Emilio, I know you like to hit that aggressive catch all the time, but every now and then you got to hold down the X button because it's PlayStation and just hit that catch.
Yeah, everybody on Xbox, the smart people, A is the button you're going to want to hold to make sure you don't get cracked and drop the ball.
Exactly. So there you're seeing a climb route out of a nasty Z shift to wing right. Okay. Yep. Moving along, Tim, this time Carolina. And I know we lost this game, but this is a 3rd and 12. This time he's playing F. So if you guys are wondering what F is, it's essentially the slot receiver in Matt LaFleur's offense that typically moves around a lot. In this case, you'll notice you're in a tight end left. Okay, so you're in a strong left. So that would make the inside receiver would be your F receiver. The outside receiver is on the tight end side, opposite or on the same side as the tight end and off the line of scrimmage. That makes him the Z. Therefore, Christian Watson's actually playing F here. You got Romeo Dobbs, Mr. Guardian Cat, at the boundary X on this snap. And what he's going to do is play F left. This is going to be another climb route. You're seeing a little bit of reoccurrence here, right? This one for 52 yards. Let's watch Scoot work here in the old throwback unis. So ball snapped. Get that inside leverage, a little bit vertical. Now stretch it out. Beautiful climb route in double coverage, going up, high point in the ball. Tim, this is what he did. This looks almost identical to the New York Giants catch, although it's it just the way he positions his body to make this grab is awesome.
This is why Jordan trusts him in these situations, right? Help over the top, double covered, whatever. Throw it up there, scoot down there somewhere. Mm-hmm. He's going to make a play, right?
Definitely.
And he almost always has the size matchup.
Yeah.
Pretty much against every competition. How often do you see a 6'4" corner? No.
Right.
And then the speed alongside.
And if you do see a 6'4" corner, he ain't running with Scoot.
Right.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah. Love this comment from Doug in the chat. Appreciate you, buddy. Watson scored a 48 on the Wonder League. Aaron Rodgers got a 45. Scoot smart ASF. You guys, I think y'all know what that means.
Here's the guy.
Score at home. That's wild, man. And again, it doesn't always translate on the field like, okay, that means he's going to be an extremely smart football player. But more times, a large majority of the time, if you score high on that Wonder Lick, it's going to we're watching Thursday Night Prime right now, right? Because we got the Bills and the Texans about to kick off. Fitzpatrick, right? Fitzmagic, as they called him. He was a backup quarterback in the league forever. Wasn't the most talented guy. I'm pretty sure he damn sure he may have aced. He damn near.
I think he had the highest Wonder Lick score ever, if I'm not mistaken.
And when you watch him play football, or when you watch his tape, you go, okay, he doesn't have crazy arm strength. He's not extremely accurate, right? How was he able to stay in the league for so long? Because he can grab an offense and get to the right answer against any defense in the league quicker because of the Wonder Lick score, right? Yep. And again, sometimes it don't translate. Most of the time it does. That's just another example of a guy that scored extremely high on it for sure. So now let me give you another example of one that doesn't matter. I think Brett Favre scored kind of low on it, right? Because Aaron Rodgers gave him hell when he first came in to the Packers, making fun of his Wonder League score. That was something that happened behind the scenes, poking at him a little bit, right? But Chester Marco says Watson works for NASA in the offseason. There you go. Mapping out that flat earth. You know what I'm saying? All right, next, here we go.
Donovan Schilling. My wife calls me Wonder Lick.
Easy. This is a family program. All right, next play. Philadelphia at Lambeau Field, right? 1st and 10. We're going to line up once again in the Z wing, okay? And some people would say that's not quite wing. He's not in between the guard and the tackle. This is close enough for me. I'm always going to refer to this as that wing. And here he's going to run a crosser. Notice I didn't say climb. I kind of feel like the crosser route is more of that mid-range. The climb, you're kind of climbing up the field trying to find the soft spot, right? Which is what we've seen up at this point. This could be a 20-yard gain against the reigning Super Bowl champions. Let's watch him work here out of that semi-wing. Emilio, would you call that the wing? Yeah. Or would you just say, would you? Okay.
Yeah.
I know some people would, and some people would go, no, it's just a nasty split. He's playing off. But
I think also kind of the way his stance is too. Like hands on the hip or hands on the knees is a different look.
Yeah. All right, let's watch him work here after the motion. Look at him climb through. Good separate. Just you see him throw that defender off.
Yeah.
I mean, that's so appreciated. Watch him right here, guys. Just like a little boy. Get off me, little boy.
That's a linebacker, isn't it? Or, no, that's Cooper DeJean.
Is that Cooper? Cooper's pretty stout for his size, man. And again,
what am I supposed to do, Coach? Come on now. He's got 20 pounds on me, just throwing me around the yard.
And you can even see, if you slow it down, you can see as Christian got to the stem of his route and started to break it off and run that crosser, Cooper grabs the outside of his shoulder pad and pulls his jersey. It didn't even matter. That's a grown-ass man, right? That's new dad strength right there.
Absolutely. To Emilio's point, too, hands on the knees pre-snap, maybe DeJean's thinking, like, is he run blocking here?
Tim still slipped through the line, too.
Yep. By the time you recognize it, it's too late. And then you got Mr. Late Hands Scoop making a grab.
Because he sells the blocks all the time. If he wasn't out there putting his nose in there and actually engaging in the block, that sell's never going to happen leaking through.
It's so true. I mean, if you think he's just running 9 routes all day, I mean, what are you going to do, right? But the fact that this guy can, put somebody in the dirt or block them to the water cooler makes all the difference in the world.
Mm-hmm.
It's Caldwell Corner in the house. Good to see you, buddy. He says, can't wait for Watson, Reed, Golden, Dobbs all healthy. Oh, my gosh, it's going to be awesome. And as somebody pointed out, Coach Lynn pointed out, Golden ran a route from that spot last week, right? You can see Golden is just about got a complete grab of the playbook. You can tell they'll put him at F, they'll put him at X now. They've used him at Z predominantly with Christian Watson out, so now you're seeing them mix and match. It's going to be awesome to see them get a little more experience at different spots. United Bates says, results I'm seeing for the Wonderlic. Christian Watson was 38 of 50, Rodgers 35 of 50, Favre 22 of 50. Fitzmagic 48 out of 50. Average players, NFL player scores around 20, and the quarterback average is 26. You're going, how the hell Favre lasts so long? He got a cannon attached to his right shoulder.
And he ran that wishbone back in high school,
Right. Had that in the back pocket too. So thank you for that info, Bates. We appreciate you, buddy. That's our Jamie, if you guys are wondering. So
behind the scenes.
Right. Next play at the Giants, 3rd and 1. This is only a 1-yard touchdown right here, guys, but he's in the nasty right. Okay. He's going to run a spot route, and this is the Malik Willis laser to him. A spot route. He's basically just going to cut, almost make it look like a skinny post and sit down as Rome flashes across his face. Let's watch it. And the big thing here, nothing fancy about the route. He's just going to snatch this thing away from a defender. Great hands catch, great throw by Malik. This is what we were talking about, man. We were expecting his hands to be better because that's probably he was limited on what he could work on. He could definitely work on the jugs. And, man, you just see it paying off. What a hell of a grab right there.
Yeah. The strength to work back, show the quarterback your numbers, show him your hands. That's what you're trying to do. And then snatch it. Pull that tater right away from that man. Says, no, sir.
That's right. No tater.
Look at him pre-snap there, too. Same thing. Kind of like body language is like, I'm just running a decoy. Don't worry about me. Mm-hmm. They send one guy after him. Look what happens.
Yeah. A little sprint right option look. All right, next play, final one, I believe here. At the Giants, 2nd and 7. He's in a Z nasty right. This is what we call a non-fade, okay? A non-route is a go route. A non-fade, you're fading outside. This was that slot fade call, 17-yard game-winning touchdown, essentially. So you see him lined up in the 2. They're going with the Y flex outside of him. This is also called a Haas concept. The 1, which is the tight end, will run a curl, and the 2 will run a go. In this case, we call it slot fade over Haas because it's going to be a fade route, a non-fade out of the slot position. Even though he's not technically the F, you would consider that a slot fade concept. Let's watch him work here. This is just unbelievable, the hands catch here. And the throw by Jordan, bad snap, corral it in, no laces, tight spiral, into the wind. Just absolutely gorgeous, man. And the same similar catch that we just talked about earlier. Watch him fade away, protect the football, bang, late hands, everything.
That's like an alley-oop play in basketball, right? Yeah. The pass comes a little high, and we just trust our guy and throw it up there for him. Mm-hmm. I mean, bad snap from Jordan, zero hesitation. He's not looking at any other read but scoop. He's throwing that ball to an area, and Christian going up diamond style, making the catch. I love it.
Yep. Again, with the mismatch, size differential is key down there in the red zone too.
Yeah. I think it's been a pleasant surprise that he's just come back and hit the ground running. There's going to be ups and downs. We talk about this with every player. right? Every team in the league, there's going to be, right now, Christian is playing up here, in my opinion, right?
Yeah.
There's going to be times that he kind of comes back down to earth a little bit, but you want to see that stair-step process to where we're looking up at the end of the year and going, you know what? We got to throw on the checkbook. We've got to. We'll have to wait one calendar year from the extension he just signed. It's so awesome that he's under contract this year and next year, right? Sure. And now you can kind of reassess and get him under contract long term if the health holds up and all that. So I also tip my cap to him for that. The fact that I feel like he took way less money than he could have held their feet to the fire. He could have been behind the scenes going, you know what? I know where my rehab is. I know where my health is. I'm going to bet on myself, go out here, ball out this year, hit free agency, get paid, and go to a warm client, beautiful place. No, he wanted to be a Green Bay Packer. He signed a very team-friendly deal. I think they're going to reward him just like they have other people in the past, too.
Pay that man his money.
Absolutely.
If you guys are watching this video later, let us know in the comments what you think about Christian Watson. Would you consider him a top 10 receiver, top 15? Is he top 20? Is he a true number one? We want to know your opinion on Christian Watson and what you think he may finish with this season in terms of statistics, and will he keep this pace going? Also, make sure you hit subscribe and click that bell icon so you're notified when we go live here in the future. Jason Y with the Super Chat. Thank you, buddy. He says, what do you guys think are the chances?
Chances.
Okay. Are the chances we re-sign Malik Willis as a backup quarterback? I don't know what the chances are, Jason, but I wish they'd do it. We were very vocal about it last year. Like, man, what would you be willing to pay? I would look around the league and go, all right, which, reasonable backup quarterback is getting paid the most? I'm not talking about a bad contract to Kirk Cousins, okay? We're talking about like, okay, this is the true number 2 backup quarterback. What would you be willing to pay? You could probably skate by with a little lesser cap hit if you give a little more guaranteed money. I'm all about it, man. What are the chances? I don't know, man. What do you guys think? Do you think it would be breaking precedent, right? Because I don't think Goody, since he's been here, has paid, more than what, $2 or $3 million for a backup. Maybe even not that much, to be honest.
I'll tell you this, though. If there's a backup in the NFL that's going to take a little less money, it's Malik Willis. I mean, that's a team guy. That's he's not a me guy. But at the end of the day, it's a business, right? And I'm sure there is more than a handful or two of teams in the NFL that would give him well over $2-3 million a year, to be QB2 or QB1 where they're at.
Mm-hmm. I mean, what if he got a shot at the Raiders? What if he could get a shot? Really, a couple of places would probably consider, taking a shot at him. I think the Browns, you could get a shot there. There's a bunch of different places where he could end up, which means, that price is probably going to go up and up. I like Clay and Tim were saying, man, if we could just get him taken care of, bring him in. The thing is when maybe Goody looks at it saying, hey, he has saved us a couple of times. He won 2 games for us. He came in there. Like, it's so smooth to be able to just keep our head down and keep moving. He's been here for a year now. He kind of knows the system. How often are we going to want to change that out? We had Clifford here for 3 or 4 years, and, the big red dog had to go, and we didn't get anything out of that. We've gotten something out of this draft pick that you gave up. All those things come into play.
Yeah, definitely. So thank you for the super chat there, Jason. Appreciate you, buddy. And I know there's a lot of chatter in there about that question. Before we move along, just want to hit a couple of them. Caldwell Corner said, I'd love for Malik to be able to go start somewhere and have success, though. He's earned the opportunity. That's very true. And here's the thing, Carson. Like, he can do that, right? He's a free agent this year. He can test the market. And what I'm saying is if a team comes out and says, you know what, we don't quite see Malik as a starter, we will be willing to give you, a $10 million per year contract, 3 years, $10 million, right? Good backup money, right? And let's say they say 3 years, $30 million with $10 million guaranteed. What if the Packers came back and said, we'll give you $3 million, $24 million, or three years, $24 million, and we'll guarantee $15 million of it, right?
He's signing it.
Might be a little more appealing for him, right? And man, what better job?
Yeah. And remember, Malik's no stranger to being QB1 for a dumpster fire organization, right? So, like, the idea that he wants to go back to another questionable type of contender is, minimal. So, I would say maybe 25-30% chance we get Malik back next year, maybe a little better, right?
That'd be great. Chester in the chat says backup in Green Bay is way better than being a starter in Cleveland. I agree.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right. So there you go. A little bonus Malik Willis talk. Again, thank you for that super chat.